Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. Welcome to your reading. We're going to take a look at whatever the heck Spirit wants to talk about today. We're going to get into kind of this energy that we're sitting in right now, right? We're right before the Mercury retrograde. We're right before the eclipse season. There's a lot of shifting of energy, and so I kind of thought we would just let Spirit decide what it is that we should discuss today. We're going to do a 9-card spread. We have the 3 cards here. Ooh, excitement, family matters, and romance, celebration, and party. Wow, that all sounds fabulous. So, so could be attending to or throwing some kind of a celebration. It could be a wedding situation. It could be planning a wedding. It could be a baby shower. It could be a lot of things. Whatever it is, it's generating a lot of excitement in your life. So that's good news. Let's see when all this happens. Okay, so it is a little ways off. It almost feels like, because 2 cards wanted to come on the month, so I went ahead and let that happen. And we have January and we have November, okay? And so it's almost like maybe you got engaged in January and you're getting married in November, or maybe you got engaged in November or January, something like that. It feels... January one feels like the January that's passed, and the November one feels like the one that's coming up. So you actually have an eclipse, even though the North Node will no longer be in your sign. There's one final eclipse, and so I think there's almost like a, oh gosh, it could be so any point really between now and that eclipse, that full moon eclipse in your sign, could be something happening. So let's get into this energy and kind of take a look at it. So the seahorse, when it says family matters, the seahorse is interesting in that in nature, it is the seahorse that the male that actually cares for the young. And I would have to do the research. I can't remember right now, but it is sometimes I've heard people say that they're the ones that actually carry the eggs once they've been fertilized, but I don't know if that's true. If they would, it'd be an exterior carrying of them, but I'm not sure. If you know, put it in the comment section below. We can all know together. Okay, so, wow, big energy happening here. Huge. Oh, wow. Okay, huge. You have in the heart, in the center of the reading, the heart. So this is mostly like head, heart, and action, kind of thoughts, feelings, action kind of thing. In the heart section, it's all major arcana. Overall energy is this transformation of the katydid, transition and liberation. It's number 13, so it'd be like the death card. But the thing about katydids is it's not a death card, right? It's a cycle. Every 17 years they merge, right? And they make a lot of noise, and it's kind of why do they make a lot of noise? Because they're mating. So we go back to this romance. So maybe you're on a cycle where you're, what's the word I'm looking for here? Where, so we all move through cycles, where you're coming up with the sun coming up into your sign where the light really shines on us and we really seem to draw and attract. We're very attractive energy. And so, that could be what's happening here. And it's just, the cycle and the nature of things. It also could be about this whole eclipse thing. We've got a eclipse happening, is the death card, and we have the eclipse happening on the 5th of May. So while the sun is in your sign, but the eclipse is happening in Scorpio, which would be the death card. And so that's some really serious energy transitioning. But here, look, so as much as you have like this energy of the eclipse in Scorpio, you have the sun in your sign energy here of the Empress in the transformation, which would be like the death card area here. And we have this very fertile bunny rabbit. It is the year of the rabbit. We have this Empress energy here, beauty and abundance. So there's a huge transition that's happening. You guys have such great cards. Oh my gosh. This is amazing, actually. Okay, so no wonder you're all excited because, wow, I'm kind of excited looking at this. All right, but we need to check in with this one first, okay? So the key to the situation, we have the card of the Devil. I just talked to Capricorn, because that's supposed to be their energy. There's a lesson that comes through with every of the major arcanas, and this is the key to the situation. During this transit of the North Node in your sign, did you figure it out, right? Did you figure it out? So it's about self-empowerment versus ambition. Self-empowerment versus ambition. So in a Rider-Waite double card, you will see that they have chains loosely hung around their neck. They are not chained by anything other than their own false sense of not having any power. And so North Node in your sign came in to teach you, to help you to see you have all the power you need. It's in your hands. It's inside of you. Everything you need is inside of you. And you can just lift those chains and release yourself. And that's the key to the situation. Are you willing to release yourself from a situation that you feel bound and chained to that you're really not? And so what is this situation? Okay, this situation could be a long-held belief that was created during your childhood. Right? Like it's a family, whatever. So it could be like the religion you were brought up in, or, you have to be in the family business, or, that's the way our family does things, or whatever. It could be something like that. It could be a relationship, obviously. It could be a job or a career path. Something that didn't any longer resonate in your heart as your truth and your authenticity. And yet you stuck it out for other reasons, when the truth of the matter was you were bound and chained by these other reasons, but they weren't true and authentic to who you are. And so you're being invited to transform your life and to step into your own power and be who you are. So here we have the Knight of Crystals, which is a camel, endurance and determination, very much earth energy of slow and steady. And I've said I was going to do it, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to make my way through this. I'm going to manage this, right? But in the area of resources, your energy, your money, your finances, your gifts, your talents, your emotional energy, here we have this Knight of Acorns, action and drive. You're ready. You're ready to make some change. You're ready, right? We're going to move out of this slow, plodding Knight of Pentacles kind of energy into the Knight of Wands, and whoop, we're taking off. And so that's really great. And it's the energy that transforming this sense of abundance, and I can manifest what's beautiful in my life, what I consider to be beauty. And the beauty of myself, and watching myself open and flower and grow in this energy. I can do that. And so I'm going to take off and I'm going to go do that. So the thing that has been draining your energy has been, again, this endurance. This endurance, you got endurance here, and you have endurance here in the past, courage and endurance. The elephant. It's the connection to family. That's what I'm picking up off of that one. Wow, you have a lot of cards. Oh my God, look at that. You got the star. Okay, so I don't know what else you have. Oh. Wow. Okay, we'll read those. Those are powerful. Okay, so you have this big transition, this energy as the North Node is getting ready to shift, which we will notice the North Node's at 4 degrees right now. It's getting ready to make this big shift out of your sign into Aries. And so it's close enough that 29-degree new moon that we're having on the 21st, the day that we're shifting into Taurus, the sun's getting ready to move into Taurus, and there's an eclipse, a new moon eclipse happening, just signaling that with very short order, we're going to be out of Taurus and into Aries with this North Node. And so you're coming up with this huge transition and change. And so again, this perseverance here, right? We got endurance, and perseverance in the past, energy that is moving away, the difficulty in finding your power and pushing through, and it is the Panther, which is that intuition. Have you been willing to trust your intuition? Have you been willing to persevere in your own personal power? Seeking your power and then moving through it, and then allowing yourself to be abundant. Are you willing to let go of this jackal energy here and empower yourself? No one can take our power from us unless we give it to them. Somehow we've given them the power. You could say, well, I got incarcerated. I didn't give anybody the power to do that. And there's a lot I could say about that. But let's just go with choices and decisions that we make oftentimes put us in a situation where we give up our power because of choices we've made. There are certain circumstances where, of course, that's not true. If you're, if it was a racially motivated whatever. I could get into that too, but I'm not going to. That's deep and I don't want to go there. But even Nelson Mandela, who was incarcerated for being black and being vocal about apartheid, said, I'm not imprisoned in my mind. So while they physically had his body, he was free. He said, inside, I'm always free. He didn't give up his personal power. He may have had to give up his physical power and his ability to move freely about the world, but in his mind, they didn't own him. And that's important to remember. So here, action to take. We've got this crocodile climbing into the water. 10 of crystals, stability and attainment. So a crocodile will take its prey, pull it underwater, drag it along. Hopefully it drowns. Anyway, they imprison it in a bunch of sticks and stuff and until they're ready to have it later. And they catch what they want and they put it away for later. 10 of crystals. It's a legacy. All right, I can't. So what they're showing me, my mom had some really interesting books that she had us read when we were kids, like available for us to read. We didn't force to read them. But this one had this story about this crocodile, and it caught this guy in I don't know, Africa or something, pulled him under the water, dragged him along, buried him in his little stick pile there in the water. But the guy wasn't dead. His leg was chewed the crap out of, but he was able to hold himself up on the sticks and breathe until somebody heard his screams and they came and they rescued him. Okay? And so they keep showing me that. And so I almost feel like that when we go back to this devil card, when you asked for help, you were released. And I think it's the help that you asked for from your higher self. When you finally said, I've had enough of this and I just want to be free. I want to be my own. I want to have my own power back, that you take it back. And so it is a matter of you choosing to vocalize, to speak the words out that I choose to be free. I bet you this is throat chakra coming up here. I choose to be free, and you set yourself free, and I think it's totally 100% up to you. So this one is called The Awakening. This powerful card, you are now entering into a complete awakening to your higher self, your intuition, your gifts, and your roles, and your role on the planet and the divine plan. The opening of your heart center is allowing your inner vision to see more clearly. In turn, this empowering you on many levels, both energetically and intuitively, to walk the path and do what you have come here to do. Your awakening will subconsciously call out to others to step into their own light as well. Your success, and this star card is all about success, the success you have in setting yourself free, of empowering yourself to live your life fully and authentically as who you are and who you came here to be, and do the things that you came here to do. When you decide with this wheel of fortune in the heart space to take control of your own life and turn the wheel, when you empower yourself, when you take those chains off that are not binding you, they're ones that you have willingly worn for whatever reason, because it seemed comfortable. You were used to them. You thought it was expected of you. It's what the family has always done. It's what people, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is that's held you bound in place and not who you authentically are. When you step onto your authentic path, your light shines so bright that you bring others along. You give them permission to be who they are supposed to be. That is such a gift that you give not only to yourself but to the world, and that is this seahorse here. The family matters. This is you nurturing and caring for yourself, and in turn it nurtures others to care for themselves. And so we have the illuminate. You are a shining star, and in truth you were born to illuminate the world with your light. That's what you're here to do. The time has come for you to get out of your own way and allow yourself that self-empowerment, that transition, that transformation, that divine timing cycle that Katie did, right? There is or cicada or whatever. It is time. It is time. Remember, it is only the thoughts in your mind that hold you back. That's the key. The devil. It is only your thoughts that are holding you in place. There's nothing stopping you. You have so much power. It takes a lot more energy to hold yourself closed than it does to let yourself flow open. Those of you who are so afraid of being hurt because you were hurt in the past. So let's just say your dad wasn't emotionally available to you as a child, or he wasn't there because he, I don't know, had a job and he wasn't, or your mom wasn't emotionally available because she was feeling overwhelmed and she had a lot going on or whatever. Whatever it was. And I do feel like because Aries, we've got Chiron and Aries and Jupiter and the Sun are there right now working with this energy to open us up to allow this inner child healing. Whatever happened there in those first formative 7 or 8 years, the spongy years where we really collect our sense of self-identity and self-value, and this family thing keeps coming back at me. So I really do think it was that nurturing energy was somehow, and I feel like it was the masculine nurturing energy that was missing. I really do, because of the seahorse here. And so whatever this was, it made you feel like I'm not going to let anybody get close enough to hurt me again. And so I'm going to hold the door shut. Oh my God. So now they're showing me this other story. My mom, like I said, Cheryl had books. Okay. So there was this story, and it was the sun and the wind, and they were having a conversation. I think it might have been an Aesop's fable. And they were having a conversation about who was stronger, the wind or the sun, right? And the wind and the sun took on a bet. And they bet that there was a guy down there who was hanging on to, he had his coat on, like over his shoulder. No, he had his coat on. He was wearing his coat. And the wind said, I can get that coat off of him before you can. So the sun goes, go ahead, go first. So the wind blew and blew and blew, and this guy took all of his energy to hold that thing so tight to protect himself. It took a lot more of his energy to hang on to the protection of the coat. And when the wind said, okay, fine, it's your time, and the sun just turned up the heat, the warmth, the empowerment, the love, the solar power, your solar plexus, your confidence, the guy was willing to take off his coat. Just like that. It takes more energy to hold yourself tightly bound than it does to open up. And so whatever happened to you and you put up all these barriers and stuff, they've stopped you from allowing this beautiful flow of energy to come into your life. And so in this self-protect mode, you've put the chain around your neck. No one else did that. You did. And that means you have the key. You have the ability to take it off. This card is asking you to allow yourself to take up space, to step out there, to open yourself up and illuminate the world, to let your inner light shine. I'm going to read this card too, and then we'll pull these. But in the meantime, before I do that, you have this fox, this very strategic fox here, the Page of Crystals. This is ideas and discipline. That's what you anchor your energy into. What do you want? Create a strategy around it. Dedicate yourself to that. And stop letting other things hold you back. I feel like what's been holding you back are these wounds of your childhood, and now there's an opportunity to just move forward, to let it go. And as the North Node moves into conjunction eventually here in the next year or so with that, what a Taurus card, that wounded child energy of of Chiron and Aries, I think that during that integration period, you really get a lot of healing if you open up and allow it in. And so, talking about healing, we've got Archangel Raphael here. We've got this nurturing energy of the parental figure and the child. Heart to heart, experience all that life has to offer. And this card that's so Taurus, right? We got this very grounded, this soft, gentle energy of the deer, the doe. Nurturing energy. It's called pleasure. What pleases you? Really? Where's the love in your heart that you really want, that you want to bring in? And so this number 3 card here, infinite love. Infinite love. This card represents infinite love that not only resides within you, but it is you. The entire universe is the vibration of love energy, and Spirit sees your beautiful heart and is calling you to allow this loving energy to flow fully into you and from you. It will heal your hurts and negative past experiences, helping you to connect with the true immortal being of light that you are. It is your light and your love that the world needs most. It is time to let love flow. The world needs you, Taurus. You can access everything you want in life if you're willing to let the sun shine, to illuminate, to open up. Something triggered you in January. Something set you on it shifted your path. We would have had Venus, your ruling planet, in Capricorn at that time. Mercury was also there. Mercury's doing a retrograde. Oh, you guys. I know this is a long reading, but I really want to cover this. It's really important that wherever in your chart between 5 to like 16 degrees of Taurus is getting a big workout this year. We have Mercury doing its retrograde there, and that'll clear shadow around. So it's in shadow. It'll clear shadow June 1st, and then like June 8th, Jupiter comes in and hits shadow, and then does its retrograde over the exact same degree points. So this energy cycle that you're in right now, Jupiter is very benefic, it's very kind, it's very expansive, it's very loving and generous, and Mercury is just the messenger. So the messengers is the next couple of weeks here, the next 2 months, while all these transitions and stuff, listen to your heart. The message is coming through your heart from your higher self, and then you get to make these big changes, right? And so that November, the last of the eclipses in your sign for a while happens then for like 9 years, and it's a full moon eclipse, and it is a big release. And so this whole year, be willing to work on what has value to you. When we started with that new moon 2 weeks ago in Aries, Venus was conjunct the North Node at 5 degrees. That is where it starts, and Uranus was at 16 degrees. That is where all these changes are taking place. Very important. So whatever you're doing here, it's so big and it's so expansive, and all you have to do is open up and allow these changes. You take the chain off. You don't let other things from the past impose themselves, and you give yourself permission to be truly, authentically who you are, and that is a cause for celebration. And I think if you do that, when you love yourself and accept yourself, that romance starts opening up. And so this romance and this excitement that you've been missing, it's about to be brought to you if you will open up and love yourself. If you love yourself, the whole world will love you. Literally. All right? You guys take great care. I'm on Facebook every day. I do astrology over there with the cards. I pull cards and get really into the astrology there. So I'd love to see you over there. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up and leaving me comments and let me know how this resonates. This is a beautiful, powerful time for you. And I'm really excited to see you grow like this. All right, you guys take care. I'll talk to you soon.